Some stories don't start with thunder. They start with silence. It was 2:17 a.m. when Michael Harris stood on the edge of an old bridge. The city lights flickering below like dying stars. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't angry. He was tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of running from himself. He looked down at the dark water and whispered, "I just want it to stop." That's when he heard a voice behind him. "Beautiful night, isn't it?" Michael turned around fast. A man stood there, older, calm, wearing a dark overcoat. He looked like he just stepped out for a midnight walk. "Who are you?" Michael asked, startled. The man smiled softly, "Someone who likes bridges." Michael frowned. "Well, I like quiet, so please." But the man didn't move. He just leaned on the railing beside him and said, "If you really wanted quiet, you wouldn't be here talking to a stranger." Michael froze. There was no judgment in his tone, just calm truth. The wind cut across the bridge. Michael's breath fogged in the air. "Do you come here often?" the man asked. Michael gave a dry laugh. "Not really. I didn't plan to talk to anyone tonight." The man nodded slowly. People rarely do before they make big decisions. Something about his words made Michael's chest tighten. He turned away. "Look, I'm fine, just needed some air." The man smiled gently. "Air doesn't fix what's inside." After a long silence, the man spoke again. "I used to come to a bridge like this once, different city, same thoughts." Michael turned to look at him. "You?" The man nodded. "I thought I was alone. Turns out I was just early." "Early for what?" Michael asked. "For the rest of my life," the man said. He reached into his coat pocket and pulled out a small, folded photograph. It showed a young woman and a little boy smiling. "I almost left them behind that night," he whispered. "But I didn't, and the next morning my son drew me a picture. He wrote, 'For Dad who comes back.'" Michael stared at him. "That's heavy." The man smiled faintly. "Life usually is, until you start carrying it differently." Michael's voice cracked. "I lost my job last month. My fiancée left. I can't even look my parents in the eye anymore. Feels like every door's closing." The man looked at him thoughtfully. "Maybe they're not closing, maybe they're just waiting." "For what?" "For you to knock again." Michael let out a broken laugh. "You talk like you've got everything figured out." The man looked down at the river. "I don't, I just stopped believing that broken means finished." They stood in silence. The city clock tower struck 3. Its echo rolled across the water like a heartbeat. The man spoke softly. "You know what I realized that night on my bridge?" "What?" Michael asked. "That bridges aren't built to end things. They're built to cross over." Michael looked at him, really looked. His hands trembled. "I don't think I can fix it," Michael whispered. "I've made too many mistakes." The man turned to him, his eyes calm and steady. "Then start with one you can fix. Start by not adding tonight to the list." A tear slid down Michael's cheek. He stepped back from the edge. "Why do you care?" he asked. The man smiled. "Because once, someone stood on a bridge for me. They talked until dawn." The sky slowly painted itself with orange and pink. Michael felt something he hadn't felt in months. Basil. As the first rays hit the river, he turned to thank the man. But the stranger was gone. Only his coat remained, draped over the railing. Inside the pocket, the photo. On the back, written in faint ink. "For the ones who come back." Weeks passed. Michael got help. He reconnected with his parents. Every morning, he walked across that bridge. And sometimes, when the wind was just right, he swore he could hear a voice say, "Beautiful night, isn't it?" If you like the video, please subscribe.